America, I hope you're doing well. Welcome to my review of a 90 Day Fiance Season 6, Episode 7. This is going to be a very short review. I just woke up, so excuse the face. Also, I am reviewing Real Housewives of Atlanta. And I will leave a link in the description for a contest that I have entered that I would like for y'all to vote for me. You do have to create an account, which I know is a bit of a hassle, but I would really appreciate it if everybody voted for me. So the link will be in the description. Let's get started because I'm not trying to spend all day on there. Okay, so we see Colt and Larissa. They are on their way to look at a condo. Larissa is very tired of living with Debbie because, Debbie's annoying. If you hear purring, is well, you probably won't hear purring, but if you hear meowing in the background, it is my kitten. Um, they go to look at a condo, a loft. Larissa says that Debbie makes her life a living hell and comes off as very manipulative, wanting to always take the side of Colt or make Larissa seem like bad guy Chun-Li. Phoebe or Debbie. So they look at the loft. The loft was $1650 without furnishings, about $3250 with furnishings. He's like, well, that's more than our rent with all three of us living together. So why did you go see the house then? You do like they do show you the rent on the damn. They do show you the rent when you go to look before you look at a place. I'm confused as to how you got bamboozled into not knowing how much this house was. Code also says, I do feel like we should discuss it with my mother because, I I feel like I do have a responsibility to take care of her and I don't just want to like move out and just leave her on the street. And Larissa obviously, doesn't understand that fully. Um, but then again, I'm not saying uh, it's a weird situation. It's like I understand that that's your mother and you love her. I do. No, I literally understand. But at the same time, you did not invite, but you proposed to this woman. You did invite her to the United States. So you I don't know. It just seemed like Colt want his cake and want to eat it too, and I don't know. Mm, I don't know. Let me see. Do I have any? Okay. Um, they go back to the house after looking at the apartment, and they tell Debbie. They be like, "Hey, what y'all do today?" Blah blah blah, asking too many damn questions. Colt is like, well, we looked at some houses." Debbie is like, "Oh." Colt is like, "So, if I do move out, where would you go?" She's like, "Well, I would move into like a, senior living facility, not like an assisted living or a nursing home, but those communities where senior citizens don't have to pay a lot of rent, they have activities, a good place." Like, what? My mama was waiting. Well, when I was younger, she would always talk about, "Oh, I can't wait till I turn 25. I mean 55. I'm moving into one of those." So like, I mean, that wouldn't be, a bad plan. Colt then says, first of all, Debbie said, "Well, we've lived together for 33 years." I specifically remember Debbie saying on the 90 Day Fiance, Friends and Family episode, the live one, that they didn't live together their whole life and that Colt lived next door for a period of time. But I guess living next door is the same as, living together. I guess. I don't know. Um, Colt says, the ideal situation would be if we moved in an apartment, then maybe you move in the apartment next door, or maybe in the same building, or maybe if we get a house, you live, next door to us, or we get a bigger house where you could still live with us. Larissa don't want Debbie to live with y'all at all. Okay? I don't know how many times that has to be conveyed for you to get it. But I can understand Colt's position. He is in a tough position, but I mean he's 33 years old. The only way that I would be okay with your mother living with us is if we had a 3-bedroom home with a furnished basement and one of the bedrooms was in the basement and that's where she slept or that's where we slept. So it could be like complete and utter separation when needed. Okay, but I don't know. I think that's the end of their story, and if it's not, then oh yeah, Coach said that he didn't want to send his mother away. I mean, she's perfectly capable of like driving and doing things and getting around. It's not like you just sending her to a home or something. My eyebrows are off, but so am I. I'm tired. And I gotta go to school. But I'm going now. So next we see Ashley and Jay. They're almost married. Oh, they're in the house. Ashley is talking about, how Jay leaves the house without telling her, and now he's been taking her car. She thinks that is really disrespectful, so she set up a rule where he has a rule, but he has to let her know where he is going. Um, because he's still texting random girls and doing everything that he was doing in Jamaica. But anyway, I don't know. Many of you have told me that Ashley does not have custody of her children, well, full custody, which seems obvious. I just think that she shouldn't have brought it up. That's all I'm gonna say about that. Um, Jay comes down. He apologizes. He says that last night, after he came back from whatever, Ashley went to sleep in the bed and he went to sleep on the couch. He just really didn't want to have that energy. So, he decided to apologize and to say, I love you, you know. And she said, oh, hun, babe, I love you too. And then they made up, now they're happy, beautiful, in love. Um, Jay says that he's trying to be a better person, expressing himself, also helping out with chores around the house. It's the first time that he's had to, experience something like this, so he is trying to adjust. Oh my gosh. This is the third time that I've written notes and I've run out of space for them. Like, this is disgusting, okay? Um, in the next scene, they go to see the venue, and um, they're looking at the venue. It's in a rustic barn. I was really shocked that it wasn't on a plantation. Um, Ashley planned the wedding before Jay got there. So Jay said that she's keeping a lot of it confidential. He just knows it's gonna be at a barn, like about over 100 people or 200 people will be there, and that he's wearing a maroon suit. So they go, they look at the venue. I hope Ashley called Jay's mother and told Jay's mother to show up at the wedding since she's in America. Cause I just even couldn't fathom being around 100 people or 200 people or how many ever, and none of them, like not even one person. I'd be okay if one person in the crowd was for me, but if I look around and I see nobody who is my side of the family or there for me, that if I say, you know what, I ain't marrying this bitch, then me and her or me and them can run out together. Anyway, on their way back from the venue, Ashley's phone starts blowing up. I'm sorry, the camera keep turning. She's getting messages from her friends. Her friends are telling her to check her wedding website because she got a whole website. Um, Someone or some people have left comments, you know, uh, basically racist comments. I don't know. Are the comments real? It is a racially charged society right now. So seeing that on television wouldn't be out of the norm. So maybe they did it to fit in with what's going on. Or maybe, I wouldn't put nothing past a racist. Nothing. So, I don't know. I'm conflicted. But there were like hundreds of comments left telling her to take Jay back to the zoo. Um, Calling him a nigger. Um, Saying, you know, you'll be a single mother to 14 kids, but you'll get used to it. They get back home, they're looking at all of the comments. Jay is like, maybe I should just lay low. Ashley's like, no, you get out and you experience life. You just be careful. I don't know. I'm not saying that Jay seems like he just would assimilate, but Jay seems like he would just assimilate. Like, I'm not. Mm-mm. Also, someone said, "Yes, I'm definitely coming to your right to your. Yes, I'm definitely coming to your wedding. It's my second right." And Ashley said that that comment meant that they were gonna bring or they were, threatening to come with a gun and shoot. And um, it is very possible, considering that they have their registry, their actual wedding information, the time, the day, the place, all on the website. So that is very scary. Um, let's see. She also says that she knew that there would be looks, considering that they're an interracial couple, and um, she did realize that, but she didn't know that it would go to this far of an extent. And she's very shocked and appalled at how evil racism can be, because, she's never dated a black guy, she's never been in a situation like this. So this is all very new to her. Yep. And Jay is like, I just want to go back to Jamaica. You don't hear about this stuff there. So I don't know, big homie. I don't know. I I mean, I ain't got nothing to say. I don't have anything to say because I don't. Next, we see Fernanda. Fernanda is going to try on a dress with Jonathan's sister. They tried to act like it was, we don't know if Jonathan's mother is coming. We don't know. But we saw in the preview for last week, for this week, that she's coming. So, they tried to build up the suspense. Um, Jonathan's sister told the mother 10:30. The mother was late, but then the mother showed up. She still had her reservations, and like I said, I don't know if they have reservations against Fernanda or if they have more reservations against Jonathan. I think that the reservations are with Jonathan because she's not saying, "Oh, this girl's trying to take you for your money," or the typical things that Americans would say if their family member, went overseas or somewhere or in another country to get somebody, to marry somebody. But like, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. So Fernanda goes, she tries on the first dress. The first dress, it was all right looking. The sister said that it looked kind of mature. The mother was literally having a panic attack the whole time. Like every time Fernanda would leave, she was like, I'm just really freaking out. I don't know. Like panicking. Like it's gotta be deeper than just Fernanda. It has to be. Because well, obviously it is, but it has to be deeper than deep. It just gotta be real deep. Like real deep. The second dress that she tries on was very, very pretty. It was so pretty. It was flouncy, fluffy, and flowing. It was really, really pretty. The sister and the mother also liked it. Fernanda did not like it. The third dress that she tried on, she liked the dress. So I guess that's the one that she gonna go with. But it was ugly to me. I mean, it wasn't ugly. It just wasn't. It was very old timey, and it was elegant. But the second dress was just beautiful, beautiful. Anyway, Jonathan's mother is like, so I know that it's hard. How would your mother feel about the dress? Fernanda instantly starts crying. Like, how dare you? How dare you bring up these emotions? So that made Jonathan's mother kind of sympathize with her and realize that she may have reservations about this, but at the end of the day, she has to support her son and she has to be there for this girl because this girl is in this country by herself. Yeah. Um Fernanda then says something. I didn't catch all that she said, but I do remember her saying whatever problems that Jonathan and his mother has are between them and they should stay between them. I don't want to get in the midst of it. And I mean, that's well and good and all, but I don't even think you should be with a man who has mother issues. Like, that's deep. If you got issues with your mama, deep, and that's going to affect you for life. So, we need to hold off and y'all need to work on y'all issues before we can walk down the aisle. Next, was that all that they showed about Fernanda? And yeah. This episode did not have to be 2 hours. All of these episodes don't have to be 2 hours. Gosh. Ugh. Oh my gosh. Next, we see Steven and Olga. Steven says that they need to focus on their relationship and, they have to balance their relationship with being new parents and that they haven't done that. And that they haven't done that and that they need to do that in order to make it work because He doesn't want to take her to America, like she a damn gift. He doesn't want to take her to America, and the relationship doesn't work out. So they decided to go to the park. Everything is all peachy in the beginning. Honey, are you ready? Olga's ready. She has the baby. They get the stroller. They take the stroller downstairs. Steven breaks up the stroller, puts it in the trunk. Then the car seat is already in there. Olga is like, I'm not really feeling this car seat. He gonna break his damn back. And Steven is like, no, he won't break his back. He's only gonna break his back if he's not in there. Anyway, so of course he's like, move, move, let me do it, let me do it. So he moves her. He started doing like this to the damn car seat, the baby in there. The baby in there going fucking crazy and shit. The baby starts to cry. He's like, I don't understand this car seat. Olga is like, in her confessional, I just really wish that Steven would like hear me when I talk, because I don't know more than him, obviously, but I just want you to realize if I think that something isn't right, then maybe something isn't right. You don't have to come behind me to make sure that something isn't right, okay? Because you get on my fucking nerves. Um, they wanted to go to the fancy park. Olga called it the fancy park. They wanted to go to the fancy park, but now that the car seat, Olga says that the car seat looks like it's not made for infants. She doesn't want to put her baby in there and shit pop off. So she's like, maybe we should just go. He's like, go where, Olga? Go back home. So she takes the baby. She goes upstairs. The baby is like crying. She goes upstairs. She gets the, baby together. He comes back. He's like, I just don't understand why you don't love me anymore. You used to be so happy to see me all the time. Now you're not even happy to see me. I just don't understand what happened. When? I'm very confused. I do know that men can be jealous of their babies, because of the attention that the mother gives the baby. But I mean, I do think this is obviously a case of jealousy, because he was like, you spend so much time on the baby. You watch the baby. You do this for the baby. You do that for the baby. Like, it's a baby. It's not even a baby. It's a newborn. The baby is 2 weeks old. What do you want me to do? Like, what do you want me to do? You want me to, like, leave the baby at home and we can go out on the town? Like, what the fuck? Oh gosh, I was so confused. They get into an argument, obviously one that he started. Then he plays this mind game on her, and he flips it real fast, and he like, I just don't get, why we have to argue about this. Why this has to be brought up. You brought it up. Like, I'm really confused. You the one. You the one who's talking like this. Like, he says that he is, really it's too much. He needs to clear his head. So he goes out to clear his head. Olga, is crying. She's stressed out. She's like, Steven does not listen to me. He does. He does not listen to me. Steven then says, I don't think that Olga appreciates all that I do for her. I do so much for her. Oh, somewhere in the midst of this, he went to go get the medicine for the baby. And when he went to go get the medicine, obviously he can't speak the language. So, it was a mix up with the money. So that made him angrier or more unappreciated. I don't know. I don't fucking know. Okay. He goes out to clear his head. Um, he comes back. Olga's like, I mean, duh, I appreciate you. You do stuff for all of us. It's just like, I have to make sure that the baby is okay. I can't sit up here and give all my attention to you and the baby is out here like this. Like, I have to, this is my child. He's like, well, I shouldn't be put before the baby. The baby shouldn't be put before me. You're not put before the baby, and the baby isn't put before you. I understand what he's saying, that you y'all two have to build a bond, but you don't have that time to build a bond. That's the craziest thing, though. Like, it's not like y'all were married or even dating together for, damn, give it 6 months to a year. Y'all didn't have time to grow and to know each other. So the bond isn't going to be that strong because y'all don't know each other. But y'all love that baby to death. So the bond, you know, for the baby is gonna be stronger. And plus, Olga just had an operation. She ain't got time to be dealing with your ass. Did you see him outside on that swing looking like who shot John? I'm just very confused. Um, Olga though is, you can tell Olga got some issues because she just allows that nigga to say this shit. And she won't like say, stop fucking talking to me like that. That's what she need to do. She need to, but I don't know. Then like, cause I'm kind of switching it up. But then when he came back in the house from when they were supposed to go to the fancy part, and she's like, "Can you close the door to the apartment?" He's like, "I'm not gonna close the door until you come with me." And then he stands up and stands. He got that look, that condescending. I don't know, but somebody backing up, y'all. Somebody backing up. Olga did ask Steven point blank, period, was he jealous? He dodged the fuck out of that question and was like, I just want things to work out in America. You're fucking jealous. Just say you are and go. Next, we see Erik and Lena. I am really not trying to do all of this, okay? Because this is annoying. Erik and Lena go see the venue. The venue is plain and bland. Um, Erik tells Lita, well, we're already locked into it, so basically, you can't run. I mean, I can run, but you ain't gonna get your money back if I do. Okay? Which ain't my fault. Obviously he didn't accept the money from Lita's father to pay for the wedding because blah blah blah. I'm really over this, like over Erik and Lita. And over Kalani and Asuelu, so these two are going to just be dragged. Ugh. They go to the venue. The venue is plain. Lita doesn't like it. It's going to be, I think, it's only going to be a 25-person ceremony. Lita's family said that they couldn't make it back in time for the wedding. Obviously, Lita's family disapproves of her marrying such low wealth. Yeah, just a low wealth. Um, she is obviously displeased with the venue, the size of it, the color scheme. She says that it's bland. So they are on their way to the florist so the florist can make it pop. His floral budget is $400. Okay. Lita shows pictures of her wedding. She said her family spent $3,000. I'm sorry, $300,000 on that wedding last time. They showed pictures. It was very extravagant. But obviously, they living in. Oh my gosh, I don't understand why she did this. Why couldn't she just find a man with some money? I'm very confused. Anyway, they go to the floors. she shows the florist a picture of the flowers and are like, can you do this? The florist's like, I can do anything. Girl, we don't need you to do all of that right now. Could you just say if you can do this? She's like, oh yeah, I could definitely do something like this. Um, I thought she asked her how were flowers in Indonesia. Like, do you guys have flowers? But she was asking about the magnitude. She's like, so compared to what you're used to, this shit is small. And she's like, it's very small. Yes. Yes. So she's like, well, I just need something else. The floral designer tells her that one of those arrangements that she showed to the florist would be their whole budget of $400. So she's like, now you can double your budget, you can triple your budget. I know that flowers are expensive, so $400 is probably just gonna be two roses, and that's it. That's all y'all get, and everything was gonna be white, and that ain't cute. So Erik was sweating. Erik was sweating when the florist was like, we can raise it up, to 1,200. He's like looking all around and shit. He then said, well, I didn't want to tell you this, but I am okay with doubling the budget to 800. So now the budget is 800. I don't think that that's still like too much money for flowers, considering that flowers are, expensive. But he he's doubled the budget, and that should accommodate for the ugliness of the venue and the blandness of Erik's life that you're walking into. And the next scene, Erik and Lena are in the bedroom. Um, Obviously, Alessandra is still sleeping on the floor, next to them. Lita is not having that. She doesn't want her son to sleep on the floor, and also they need a bigger bed because they're sleeping in a twin. What's smaller, a twin or a full? Whatever the smallest bed is that you can have, that's the bed that they have. They might be sleeping in a toddler bed. I'm surprised they ain't got a race car on the bottom of it, okay, to be quite honest. Lita is like, I want to go furniture shopping now. So they get in the car, they go furniture shopping. Lita is like, let's get a couch and let's get a bed. They look at the sectional. The sectional is like 20 something. They look at the bed. The whole set was $7,000. Now, a mattress or like, I paid a good amount of money for my bed, but my bed is like delicious, so it's okay. But like, you do realize that stuff costs money. Like, Erik was shook when he looked at the prices, and he was like, she like $7,000. That ain't nothing. Let's get it. He's like, anything over a couple of $100 isn't gonna happen today. And she looked at him like, so what? Why you bring me here? What's the point? She's like, okay, well, I'm gonna go down and go out because you fucking up. So she goes outside. He goes outside after her. He's like, what is that about? She's like, what is that about? You don't have no damn money. You're not doing what I need you to do. It's my money and I want it now. He's like, there are some things that you have to live with, some realities. You're not going to be able to get this shit. She's like, I don't want my son sleeping on the floor. That's not an option for me, for my son to be sleeping on the floor. Like, so he's like, well, I got child support. I got this. I got bills. I got that. She's like, well, fuck the child support. She's like, it's a burden, blah, blah, blah. He's like, no, my kids aren't a burden, blah, blah, blah. She says in her confessional, you paying child support is taken away from the money that you could spend on Alessandro because he's going to be your son now as well. And in one way, okay, but in the other way, girl, you can't take away support of one child to support another child. What kind of first world rich problem is that? Like, don't nobody do that. Oh, honey, I'm sorry. You can't get any more support. We have a younger, cuter one who needs support. No. So he's like, these are realities. You're going to have to live with them. She's like, I ain't got to do nothing. I ain't got to live with nothing. You know what? I can give you this ring back and we don't have to get married. Now, Erik does love Lita, and Erik does want to make Lita happy. You can tell because, he's trying. But she's like, bitch, I'm over it. I'm done. I'm finished. Finito. So you really wouldn't want to get married to me over this? No. Like, this shit is annoying. I feel like, she said in her confessional, if I come here and Alessandro doesn't have a chance at a better life, it's no need for me to be here. And I could have told you that. I do realize that you're not in America, but like, you have the money. So it's fine. You're not living like a normal person. Here, you're living like a normal person, and you realize people in America ain't rich, and America ain't all that it's cracked up to be, or ain't shit that it's cracked up to be, and it sucks. Go back to Indonesia, live your life with your maids and your son that has his own room. Hell, tell Erik to come to Indonesia. Y'all can sponsor him. Anyway, last but not least we see Kalani and Asuelu. God, let's hurry this shit up. Kalani obviously, still has doubts about Asuelu. She feels like she can't even leave Asuelu around their son because Asuelu doesn't know how to parent. Her sister is coming from California to um, go dress shopping with her mother and her. I think that she has a little bit of resentment toward Asuelu because she is the primary, breadwinner, and that also makes you feel like your nigga is a child. Okay, when you're literally taking care of him. I'm gonna be over here, y'all. I'm a little bit. I'm gonna be right here. Um, this family is way worse than Chantel's family. Um, obviously, she needs her sister there to, to give her a backbone, and also her brother there to give her a backbone and, make her be an adult. I don't know. They go dress shopping. She's like, I don't even know if I want to get married. I'm having a problem with, this, blah, blah, blah. Her mother says that she just has a problem with commitment all the way around. She says that, she wouldn't be if it wasn't for the 90 days. But you don't have to marry. Like, it's not a written in stone rule that you have to marry this man. But you did spend all that money getting him over. So at the end of the day, it's like, shit, I can't let that money go to waste. I might as well marry him. So she's trying on dresses. If you hear a little scratching in the background, it's my gerbil. She's trying on dresses. She's like, what? I don't know. I'm confused. Okay, girl. Her sister is like, are you able to run in that dress? She's like, I can run in anything. Just a nothing ass scene for a nothing ass. Anyway, in the next scene, we see her, Asuelu, and Colini. They're on their way to lunch because obviously she wants her sister to ask the hard questions instead of her being her own person and asking the hard questions. So she asked her. The sister asked him, "Do you like Kalani because she's American?" He was like, "Yeah, 100%." She so he I knew that he wasn't saying what they thought he was saying. He's like, I'm from another country, okay? I thought that America was this big old great land and that, everybody there had money, blah blah blah. So Colini is like, so you like my sister because she's an American. He said, no, I like your sister because of her personality and because of her true love. I didn't look at her and say, ooh, this bitch an American, let me hop on. And Kalani was like, oh, okay, that's what I thought you meant. So why didn't you say nothing? And she just. Then Asuelu was like, it seems like when Samoan people marry white people, that the white people don't love the family, but when Samoan people marry Samoan people, then, they both love their family. So Kalani was like, so how do you think ours is? He's like, I mean, sometimes you love my family, sometimes you don't. She was like, well, your brother said something inappropriate to me, and I wasn't going to have that, so I don't like your brother. Okay, so you just, okay. And he didn't apologize. Okay, I get it. But he didn't say that you didn't like his family. He did just say sometimes. Okay, that's number one. And then she goes off, I've done so much for your family. I went against my father when my father was like, don't go bring the baby to small San Juan. I definitely did, and blah, 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 blah. So he's just like, okay, I want to go home. So he get his stuff and he leave and they about to go. They have this argument in front of Kalani. Kalani is like, does he always do that? Just storm out and walk away. Kalani is like, yeah, he does. Asuelu was like, after having this fight in front of her sister, I'm guessing she gonna send my ass back to San Juan and then I'm gonna just be alone. But whatever. Is there anything else to talk about? No. Oh, also, Kalani said, I feel like having this fight in front of my sister really gave her the fuel that she needs to not like Asuelu. Duh, bitch, you think? That's why you don't. She's 30 some years old. Shouldn't she know this? Talking about, I gave up my life in California, my friends, my family, my job. Bitch, you quit your job. Nobody told you to do that. And you could have stayed in LA if you had a job. Don't that make sense? No? Oh, okay. Well, anyway, I'm done with this shit. These 2 hours is really getting to me all of a sudden. Sick of it. Anyway, if you like the review, please like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you all so much for watching. My name is Brielle. I make beats. I sing songs. If you like what you see, come on along. Bye.